Let me start with the obvious. This Rookie of the Year class is stacked, and that's exactly why the race is annoying. Because you've got one rookie breaking records in a way that messes with modern defenses. You've got another rookie carrying a number one option workload like he's been in the league for 5 years. And you've got a third guy who doesn't get the headline, but keeps showing up in the parts of the game that actually win you minutes. So by the end of this video, you'll know where the real Roy race actually is, and why I think it finishes a little differently than it looks right now. And before we get into it, those who are not subscribers, almost all of you watching still aren't subscribed, which is kind of wild. Subscribe to NBA Inside and drop a comment telling me what you want next, because I'm always checking the comments for the next video idea. Alright, here's the way I see it. VJ Edgecombe is third in the Rookie of the Year conversation for me, and I want to start with him on purpose, because VJ is the easiest rookie to underrate if you only live on stat graphics. He doesn't have the headline record, he doesn't have the 50-piece night that hijacks the whole timeline, he's not leading the league in something that makes him a clean thumbnail. But if you actually watch him, it's obvious why coaches love him. He gives you about 15.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, and close to 4 assists most nights.
Maxey, Edgecombe, puts it up, splash!
He guards, he rebounds like he's bigger than he is, he takes tough matchups without making it dramatic, and he stays useful even when the shot isn't falling. One moment that sums him up: late third quarter, shot clock dying. He's not calling for the ball, he's pointing, he's talking, he's sliding over to take the first hit so a teammate doesn't get screened into a bad switch. Then he turns, grabs the rebound in traffic, and pushes it himself just to force the defense to run. It's not glamorous, it's not getting clipped, but coaches notice that stuff, and it's usually why a rookie stays on the floor when the game gets tight. That's the key. A lot of rookies have one mode: I'm scoring or I'm not helping. VJ doesn't play like that. He makes the game calmer for everyone else, which is rare at 19. He can impact the game without demanding touches. He can take a tough assignment, fight through screens, chase shooters, and still have enough energy to push in transition and make the simple play. And yes, that's less exciting than a record or a 40-point night, but it's also why I'm comfortable saying he's third. Also, his mistakes are the okay fine kind of mistakes. He'll miss a read, he'll be a half step late, but he's rarely doing the rookie thing where you can feel the panic in his body. And that matters in award races more than people admit, because voters don't just reward stats, they reward trust. VJ is earning trust, because the top of this race, it's two guys, Kon Knueppel and Cooper Flagg. Other rookies are good, some are really good. This class has real players, but in terms of who has actually separated from the pack all season, nobody is close to those two right now. Now let's talk about why. I'll start with Kon, because his case is the cleanest and the easiest to explain. Kon Knueppel is breaking rookie records while shooting like a veteran specialist. He's giving Charlotte around 19 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. He's shooting around 49% from the field and about 44% from 3. But the headline is the threes.
With him shooting threes.
Knueppel! Oh, the Hornets love when he shoots threes!
He hit 207 made threes and broke the rookie record. And he didn't do it slowly either. He got there fast. Here's where it gets stupid for defenses. He's taking about 8 threes a game and making about 3.5. That leads rookies in both attempts and makes per game. And the bigger flex is that he's also leading the entire NBA in total threes made. Read that again. A rookie wing is leading the league in total made threes. If you're the weak side defender, your whole life changes. You don't get to help a little. You don't get to dig and recover late. You don't get to stare at LaMelo and pretend you're doing work. You're attached. And this is where people misunderstand what he is. They hear shooter and imagine a guy standing still, catching wide open passes, and living off other people's creation. That's not what this is. Over 90% of his made threes are assisted, and I know some people hear assisted and think dependent. Wrong. That's movement shooter territory. That's sprinting off pin downs, flipping sides. relocating, setting up defenders with tiny pace changes, being ready the instant LaMelo turns his head. And you can see it on possessions where Kon doesn't even touch the ball. Defenders are already leaning toward him, already shading, already standing 2 feet higher than they want to. Spacing is an assist before the assist. Here's a film detail that made me laugh. When Kon is parked weak side, you'll see defenders help with their eyes instead of their feet. They know they should tag the roller, they just can't leave him. What I like most about Kon is how rarely he looks rushed. Even when the possession gets weird, even when the pass is late, even when the defender is basically trying to share a jersey with him. He doesn't speed up, he just gets up, and the efficiency numbers match the eye test. His effective field goal percentage is around 62%. His true shooting percentage is over 65%. His usage is in the low 20s. His turnover rate is around 11%. That's real responsibility with real efficiency. Not, I'm taking 3 shots a night so my percentages look pretty. This is high volume, high difficulty, and the floor still doesn't fall out. And when you scale it to per 36, the production holds. Around 22 points with about 4 made threes. So no, it's not a minute's trick, it's just him. Now, Kon is not perfect, we'll get to that, but his case is simple. Record-breaking volume, elite efficiency, gravity that changes how teams guard Charlotte. That's why he's leading the race right now. Now Cooper Flagg. Cooper's case is almost the opposite. Kon's argument is efficiency and gravity. Cooper's argument is, I'm doing the hardest job in the league for a rookie. He's giving Dallas around 20 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 4 assists in about 34 minutes. And he's doing it as the main guy. Not the nice second option, not the third guy who gets easy looks, the engine.
He's averaging 22 and 12 in his last 2 games. Lob up to Flagg.
That's why his numbers feel heavy. With Cooper, the most impressive part is he doesn't hide. He wants the ball when the defense is set, even if it gets ugly. That mindset is why people treat him like a franchise guy. With Cooper, the film always looks like responsibility. He's starting possessions, he's finishing them, he's getting loaded up on, he's seeing help early, he's getting defenders sitting on his drives. And even with a 3-point shot that's still inconsistent, around 30%, he's still producing. Rim pressure, rebounding, live dribble passing, defensive activity, and then the scoring explosions that reset the whole conversation. Like the 49-point game, that wasn't just big rookie night, that was one of those games voters remember when they're filling out ballots. Because it's proof the ceiling isn't a theory, it's already real. So when people say Cooper should win because he carries more, I get it. That's a real argument. And it's why this race isn't over, because this is how Roy races flip. One guy leads for months because the case is clean, then the other guy finishes with a couple monster weeks, the highlights get louder, the story gets louder, and suddenly voters feel like they're watching the future in real time. Now, here's where the league will test both of them. For Kon, defenses are going to treat him like a problem, not a rookie. They'll top lock him, they'll bump him off routes, they'll run him off the line, they'll force him inside, they'll make him prove it when the easy threes aren't easy. And yes, the athletic questions are still there. He's not the most explosive guy. Quicker guards will test his lateral quickness, teams will try to hunt him. So the swing skill for Kon isn't, can he keep shooting? He can shoot.
Steal! That was Brandon getting his hands on it. Kon! Another hammer for the kid!
The swing skill is whether he can stay solid defensively and add just enough inside the arc creation to punish teams when they overplay his movement. For Cooper, the test is different. Can he keep the volume while nudging the efficiency up even a little? Can the 3-point shot stabilize enough that defenses stop sagging and loading the paint? Because if that shot becomes even fine, his case gets scary fast. Now, quick reality check. This is why I started with VJ. Because VJ is the kind of rookie who can have a better career than people expect without ever winning Rookie of the Year. He's the coach's favorite rookie, the play both ends rookie, the you can trust him in May rookie, but Roy is rarely a trust in May award. It's usually a who owned the season award, and this year, that's Kon and Cooper. So here's where I'm at, right now, on March 9th. Kon is leading the race today, and I think he deserves it. Cooper is right there, and he's the one guy who can absolutely steal it late because his burden is so obvious and his ceiling moments are so loud. VJ is third for me because I love the two-way steadiness and the effort, even if the award math isn't in his favor. And now I'll give you my personal favorite to win it. If I had a ballet today, I'm taking Kon, because what he's doing isn't just, wow, he can shoot. It's, he's changing the geometry of games as a rookie, and that's rarer than people realize. Now I want your take. If you're voting today, who gets it? Kon, because the volume and efficiency are historic and the gravity is real? Cooper, because he's carrying the hardest load and dropping the loudest nights? And if you think I'm underrating VJ, tell me why. Seriously, because I'll take the best argument and build the next video around it.